Hello everyone, Lakey here, and today I want to talk about something that I see a lot of in Phantom Forces, and it's also something that I've kind of touched on before. So if you've played even just a bit of Phantom Forces in the time that it's been out, you've likely become somewhat familiar with the community's culture and sentiment when it comes to certain guns in the game. Guns like the BFG-50, Chris Vector, AA-12, M60, HK-21, MK-11, KSG-12, and SFG-50, to name just a few of the guns, are all guns that get negative stigma and reputation in the community. Some older, some new, there's never been a time in Phantom Forces where the community has not demonized any of the available guns. And from playing the game through the waves of hate that have popped up for certain guns, I can definitely tell that people's focus on the stigma around these guns creates a negative experience for them. Like in the comments of my recent video, Loadouts to Fit Your Playstyle. In that video, I highlighted the AA-12 as a shotgun that is strong for aggressive play at close range. Nothing wrong with that. In response, various people in the comments took issue with my use and promotion of the AA-12. But why? In the game chat, when I use a gun such as the M60 or BFG-50 or any of the guns listed previously and more, people are quick to point it out and create needless negativity. But why? For years of playing, I have never understood people's frustration and negativity over something so simple and meaningless as someone else using a gun in a video game. I have made it a point for myself to not get upset, angry, or frustrated when I die to someone using any gun in the game. I simply do not care how someone else chooses to find fun in the game, unless they're cheating, of course. And being at about 75,000 deaths in the game, I find it hard to just care in general, whatever ways I might die. I've died to all kinds of players, from rank 300 players to rank 0 players, and so just having died that much, there's no point in putting energy into being upset over how I've died. It seems that others are not able to disconnect their personal feelings from the guns that other people use, and as such, get rather upset about it. I feel like if more people tried to let go of caring what guns people are using, you'd have more fun with the game and not find yourself having random bouts of negativity every time you encounter the gun. Because in my opinion, it doesn't matter that someone's using a shotgun. It means nothing. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be aware of the other guns that people are using. Obviously, if someone's using a shotgun or a sniper rifle, you can adjust your playstyle to better counter that on your end as a player, but just getting mad or upset or frustrated or just spreading random negativity because someone's using a gun is what you should not be doing. And I really think that this negativity really only stems from people not liking that they've died to certain guns in particular. Something about that gun is just triggering for people and they can't put their ego down and just accept that they died. Whenever someone takes issue with my choice of weapon in game and they express that in the game chat, I ask them if they would rather I kill them with a different gun. Will that make them feel better? Because that's just it. I'm gonna kill you whether I'm using the AA-12 or the SPAS-12, the M60 or the Scar Hammer, the Intervention or the BFG-50. It doesn't matter what gun I've used, I still can and will kill you. And in the game, I think people fail to realize why they've even died in the first place, and as such channel their frustration into the enemy that killed them rather than seeing the bigger picture. On a basic level, you die in Phantom Forces for one of two reasons. The first is you dying because of a mistake that you've made, or the second is that you've died to reasons outside of your control, and it's just the nature of the game. When you've died to a mistake that you've made, it can be something like not managing your ammo expenditure and reloading at a suboptimal time, or rushing into the open when you shouldn't have, or going into a group of enemies that you know is there when you really shouldn't have done that, peeking into an angle an enemy is holding, or something maybe like you thought you killed the enemy that you were shooting at, but they've really got 3 health and you've already moved on to the next enemy, and then they get to kill you and punish you. And while some of the mistakes can definitely be mitigated, you can probably learn oh, I need to stop rushing into the open in this area. Some are just inevitable. If you're able to record your gameplay, for example, you can likely see these moments where you see, oh yeah, I did make the mistake of rushing there when I probably shouldn't have. For moments out of your control, I find that these deaths are where you have to go back too many steps to avoid dying, and it's not really because of a mistake you've made as a player. Phantom Forces is a fast-paced FPS game. You're just going to die sometimes and not be able to do anything about it at all, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you didn't die to the AA-12, the person with the P90 could very well be the one that kills you in the end. It just happens. But people fail to realize this and channel their frustration into something silly like the gun that someone's using, and it creates a cycle of negative and unfun experience in the game. You didn't die because the person is a BFG noob, you died because you peeked into the open and directly into that person's sightlines when you shouldn't have. I do not like the way that the community has taken their frustration over dying and turned it into hate towards particular guns. Not only are you creating a negative experience for yourself and others, but you're also depriving yourself of having more fun in the game if you create unsaid rules that certain guns are off limits because they're bad, or because they're scummy, or because they're try-hard weapons, or whatever reason it might be. As I've been trying to max out all of the weapons in the game, I have enjoyed using every single gun I have used. Every single gun in the game, I enjoy using it. I think it's fun to use the M60, or the AA-12, or the HK-21, or whatever gun it may be, regardless of how the community feels about it. And I feel like a lot of people would find it to be the same way if you weren't so stuck on holding on to the stigmas for these guns. So I ask this question to you. What is wrong with using a particular gun in the game? Elaborate to me in detail why it is wrong for someone to use a gun like the BFG-50, or why it is right to demonize that weapon and others as a whole. If you have an issue with the balance of a weapon, that's fine and you should express your opinion as such, but saying that you hate all shotguns or you hate all sniper rifles or whatever it may be, you say you hate all LMGs or you hate these guns just because you want it to be changed from a balanced perspective is just really weird to me. I also challenge you to just play how you want to play, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if someone is using a shotgun or the BFG-50 or the M60 or whatever gun that you take issue with in a Roblox FPS game. That's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.